Well, now that we've looked at using the open line tool and branching for this design, and if you remember, branching doesn't require that you use pathing, but pathing is an extremely good skill to acquire for digitizing. Why? Because it frees you up from having to do constant trims with those annoying little tie stitches and knots and tails on the back of the work, and it allows your machine to operate more efficiently. So let's go and look at this graphic. Perceived wisdom says we start with those objects that are behind other objects, and in this design that means the water eddies, because they are completely behind the carp. This upper fin is behind the body. The body is behind this fin. So we start with the water eddies. Depending on how many colours you want to use, you can do each one a different colour. Just remember, you've got to keep changing the thread. So I'm going to settle for 2 colours, a dark blue, a pale blue, or a turquoisey colour or whatever. But before I begin, I need to change my thread chart. So I'm going to click on the little cotton reel, bottom right of the screen, and that opens up my thread charts. I click on the top little line, that's to the left on that top ribbon, and that opens. And I've already chosen my thread, but on this side you choose whichever thread it is that you mainly use, and you've got a very wide choice of threads. I'm just going to say OK to that, and then I'm coming back over to the right hand side up to the right hand side of that top window under my threads, and I'm going to click on that. But before I do that, I'm going to hover on this and it tells me it's a hatch colour. So I'm going to swap those colours for Madeira Polyneon, and I do that by clicking the little icon here up on that top window. Now my threads now should read Madeira Polyneon. Okay, now I want to add a couple of colours to this, and adding colours is quite simple. There's a slider. It's not easy to see, but believe you me, it's there. You pull the slider down and it will go through your colours, and when you get close to where you want to be, or if you've got a colour chart, you type the name in. Now I've just seen a colour that I want, so I click on that. It's a colour I use for gold, and then I come down to the bottom right and I click the add icon. There it is. It's now become colour 31 in my colour thumbnails. It's also made it the current colour, but don't worry about that. Now I want to scoot down here, and I need another goldy colour to go with that. I think maybe this one. Or does it need to be a bit darker? Okay. 1765. What number is this orange? 1598. 1795. The other way of changing, if you know what the number is, I got that one wrong, didn't I? Let's tap that out. Delete. All the numbers are back. 1778. Okay. Now, I've clicked it once to select it. This one has been clicked, so I click it again, and now it's changed. It's now 1778. What other colours do I want? I want something for the water. So I pull my slider down until I start coming to the sort of watery colours. I think I'll have 1953. That was a good year. That was the year, I think, our Queen got crowned. And $16.45. Add that. Oh, it's very close to that other one. 1932. What colour are you? 1871. 1932. I'm going to click the plus sign. Put that down. I think I prefer that to that one. And then I want a nice clean turquoise. 1847. I like to give myself a few options. Ooh, that's nice. 1977. Right, I'm going to call that a day now. And just close my thread charts. There we go. I'm going to right click, Object Properties, because we use our object properties in tandem with our tools. So I click on Digitize, open up my digitizing toolbox, and digitize blocks. Then I come over here and I ask for contour. Length 2.5. Spacing I'll adjust in a minute. And I'm going to start down here. There we go. Now I'm going to pick up my digitize open shape and I'm going to travel. I land on my cursor. There it is, just there. And I'm going to walk up to here. Enter that. Go and select digitize block, fill, contour, lay my first node, lay my second node, And there's our second water eddy. Okay, now I go and digitize open shape, and I travel up to there. This one's going to be slightly more difficult. I'm going to ease the bottom of that along. So I go and pick up my digitized block, fill, contour is still selected. I lay my first two nodes. And that's the last water eddy there. Now, here I've got a bit of a gap, but I intend going around this as one of the last things that I do. So that'll close that up. Now I want to put these in, but I don't want to do a trim. So I go and I pick up my digitize open shape and I walk up to there. And I walk just inside the shape of my fish's lower lip. Because that's going to be done as a solid fill, so I know it will be hidden. Okay, so let's look at that in true view. And you can see my travel path, and that's what's meant by pathing. Travelling from colour to colour. I travelled here, I travelled here. So I've got no stops, no jumps, no trims and no tie-ins. Which means I won't have any of those nasty little ends that our machines create when we use our scissors. Now, I'm going to lay in every other shape here with this colour, and I'm going to do that off video until I'm ready to start with the second colour for the water eddies, and we'll start the second colour in the next video.